I love the friction with a lot of AI, because I want to agree or disagree and reverse engineer it and figure out, okay, what is the best answer for me, right? And a lot of
Mhm.
people just, go through ChatGPT or whatever and just put in their question and then just automatically take it as in it's gospel. I'm not, you already know that we shouldn't be doing that regardless, because we, always should be editing it ourselves. But I'm pretty sure Confluence has some AI or definitely automation tools in regards to it as well. How much have, not to completely divert the original question,
It's a
but how
tool.
much do you think it's been, do you think Confluence or some of the other programs that either you used or within the module that you mentioned, because I know you mentioned Trello and Asana. How do you think that we are really going forward with AI and automation, whether it's from task blocks or whatever it may be?
Yeah, Confluence itself, and it's got different tiers, but in its cloud premium tier, so a paid tier, has what they call Lasan Intelligence, which drives me nuts because its acronym is AI. I'm sure I'm sure they're like, hey, this is perfect. So I'll just call for the rest of this little bit of AI, just as Atlassian Intelligence. It started out basically like ChatGPT, right? Like, give me, write this for me, or summarize this document. And it's been around for about a year, 8 months. But it's the arc of that tool, and we briefly touched on this earlier. It's now able to do things like give me a summary of the changes to this page since the last time I looked at it. So imagine we had a project charter that you're working on with multiple people, and someone works on it over the weekend. You don't have, where were they? Look at the version history. The AI will just summarize that for you, and then it will actually reference the exact version and say, here's exactly where that happened. So you can go back and check its work, which is nice. So that I've used a lot because that happens to be where all the knowledge is. And it's doing other things too with its ability to tie in. They have these things called whiteboards, so visual planning. If I'm working with an engineering software team on planning out a sprint or something, it can do things like auto-assign tickets in the ticketing system based on where I put them, or help me organize or group things. But the thing you keep coming back to is it's a tool, right? It's not the outcome. It's enabling me as the project manager to do my job in a better way, hopefully, in a different way. It's not doing the job for me. And so they're adding these tools, and it's essentially a knowledge base into a knowledge base, which is great. The other two you mentioned, Trello and Asana, in my mind, are more on the task management side. I don't use Trello as much. I've used Asana in the past, but those tend to be more on the workflow. So, how does my work need to move from state to state? I use a similar tool called Jira, also by Atlassian, for that. And the same idea of you can go in and you can talk to the AI and say, hey, when my developer makes this kind of ticket with these criteria, I need you to take these 12 actions for me. Link it to this other ticket, go alert someone of, whatever it is. And it's thinking through, okay, what would I as a human have to have done? And I pick on interns a lot, but if I had a whole army of interns, what would they all go have to do for me? We can just have the system do that. The tool can do it for us. In the same way that little wrench I had makes it easier to turn a bolt. It's the system is now taking all these actions on my behalf, so I don't need to. I can focus on the higher order stuff, the thinking through those contingencies, the making sure the relationship with the other humans that I work with is good, and not, hey, did we put the ticket in the right spot? Oh, we forgot a label on this page, and everything falls apart.